Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. Good morning to you at home. Nikki mentioned this. It is the first day back for APS school students. And you know, the recent tragic school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, still fresh on the minds of many, including administrators at APS public schools. Well, we have asked to see if anything was going to be different as students head back to class today. So for now, APS says their safety plans for all schools will remain in place. They also say that they do not have any immediate plans for stepping up police presence on any campus throughout town. But district spokesperson Monica Armenta said that school administrators, along with APS chief of police, will sit down very soon with Albuquerque's police chief to discuss possible improvements. Now, officer presence was stepped up at Albuquerque schools in the days following the Connecticut shooting, but only to calm parents' fears.
Student safety's always been our #1 priority, so on a regular basis we debrief and we review, we practice our site safety plans, and that will continue to happen throughout 2013 and beyond.
APS says the meeting between them and APD will likely happen in the next few weeks. There are currently 180 officers covering campuses throughout the district. 56 of them are armed. Hewlett-Packard in Rio Rancho is getting ready to cut 200 jobs during the next 10 months. This is big news here in our community. And these aren't just any types of jobs. They're actually well-paying jobs. They pay out about $50,000 a year. They're based at HP's Technical and Customer Support Center. And when it's all over with, just 660 people will be left working there. That's less than half of the 1,400 HP had promised by this year. 3 years ago, former Governor Bill Richardson called HP moving here the biggest catch for the state during his time in office. And that's after the state gave HP more than $20 million in tax breaks and incentives to come here. Plus, the city of Rio Rancho gave HP more than $2 million in incentives and only charged the company $1 a year in rent. Rio Rancho's mayor, by the way, Tom Swistak, says HP could have to pay some penalties, but that would be in the tens of thousands of dollars, not in the millions. Stay tuned to see how all this plays out. Well, 1 week from today, state legislators will be back at work at the Roundhouse. And one thing they'll be talking about is a ban for sex offenders from them using Facebook or Twitter or other social media websites. Representative Nate Gentry from Albuquerque is going to introduce a bill on this. His goal is to protect kids from sex offenders.
There have been numerous instances throughout the country where convicted sex offenders have lured children into very unsafe situations using social media.
Mr. Gentry's bill would make it a misdemeanor for any registered sex offender to use social media sites that kids can use as well. And that would affect sex offenders who did not hurt kids. A downtown bar is slapped with a fine for violating the Americans Disabilities Act, according to a settlement agreement between Maloney's on 4th and Central and the feds. Back in August, the bartender and customers are accused of making fun of a woman with multiple sclerosis, telling her and her service dog to eat outside. Well, now Maloney's has agreed to pay a $2,500 fine and post a sign that says customers with service animals are welcome. Maloney's must also set up a non-discrimination policy for disabled customers and properly train its employees. Part of the Wells Park Community Center near downtown Albuquerque will be dedicated to boxing champ Johnny Tapia. The City Council voted 8-1 last night to name the center's gym for Tapia and put up a life-size statue of him. Councilor Ken Sanchez wanted to name the entire center after Tapia, but backed off after talking with Charles Wells' family. He used to be the city manager back in the 40s. Tapia was just 45 years old when he died last spring. Doctors say that he had heart disease and high blood pressure. And that wraps it up for your Tuesday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, going to send it back to you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.